While grinding for Elden Ring achievements, I decided I needed a quick palate cleanser. So I went ahead and got all achievements in the remake of Destroy All Humans. The game has 40 Steam achievements, of which most of them are easy, as they correlate with the main story progression. But there are some that will require a second playthrough because of my incompetence, and some that need some more brain power to obtain. But let's not make this intro longer than it needs to be and get into the action. This game takes place in 1959 when a UFO interferes with a military rocket launching, causing the rocket to explode, leaving the alien presumably dead. We learn from this big brain guy that his name was Crypto-136 and that he's a clone. He was sent there by Pox to collect DNA needed to maintain the efficacy of their cloning bank. But because he went missing, he sends a new clone, us. Me, Crypto-137, to rescue him.
You gotta rescue me. Him. He's gotta rescue me. I gotta. Brains, man.
And while at it, finish the job the other guy couldn't. Our first mission takes place at a turnip seed farm, where Crypto should identify the dominant life forms of planet Earth. It's here that we earn our first achievement for invading the farmland. This is one of those easy achievements I was talking about. To find out if these cows are the dominant creature, I read their minds. Unconclusive. Crypto goes full yeah, but the cows didn't give a shit. Well, figuratively. Because we don't tolerate disrespect, these bovines have to die, so we use psychokinesis to take them up. What goes up must go down, right? All the noise alerts the farmer, and he comes out with a shotgun to deal with me. But I zap him with my gun and suck his brains out. His wife sees this, and she summons the goon squad, on whom I use PK to lift one off the ground and gently touch another guy with, earning me the achievement when two humans collide. It probably should have been done like this, but I'll take it. Also, I find this interesting looking robot, and after collecting it, I get another achievement. But there's no time to waste, as the wife of the farmer called the police, and after making a bit more noise, the army shows up. Problem is, they seem to be weak against my huge laser beams, so I best them easily. Not long after I leave, the men in black show up, and they suspect alien involvement, so they'd be on my tail from now on. Remember when I said I'd have to replay the whole game because of my incompetence? Well, this is why. The optional missions aren't so optional if you want all achievements. I like to play these games blind, so I didn't know they are essential, but we'll deal with them later. After every mission, we get two choices: upgrade Crypto's arsenal or the saucers. I went with Crypto this time, and that gave me an achievement. I got another one for snooping around the archives, and yet another one for choosing a new skin. That was fast, but we're not done, as our next mission takes place in Rockwell, a new area, accompanied with its own achievement. It's here that we get to use the Holobob, an ability to disguise ourselves into humans. This will be useful for stealth, but it has a disadvantage: it runs out. To recharge, you have to scan a human's cortex, and by doing so the first time, I got the achievement Covert Thoughts. With this new ability, I gotta infiltrate this fair and bring the dumbest human I can find back to the ship. I find it, and with the help of some psychosis, we easily abduct her. But we're not living yet, as this place is still too intact looking. We board the saucer, and Pox gives us access to the abducto beam, and by simply throwing something into something else, we get an achievement. I proceed to destroy the whole fair, getting another achievement for destroying multiple humans with a man-made explosive. That's looking better now. Moving to another part of the same area, we find some zombie-like explosive cows. In the spirit of brains, I suck the brain out of a guy and regenerate a bit of my shield, gaining an achievement for it. Then kill the scientists responsible for this abomination and get the task to find the alpha male. Okay, the alpha males, I gotta find Andrew Tate, right? While fighting one single lonely guy, I get the achievement No Time to Waste for, and I quote, destroy a human with a weapon and another with a psi ability at the same time. I get the form of the mayor and hold a speech to reassure everybody that alien not real, but in fact communism bad. With that, I win the whole crowd and instantly go searching for a new location for my next beach house. I choose Santa Modesta, where I realize that I'm not a greedy politician, but actually an alien, so I get back to killing. This killing spree gets the attention of the police, so Pox hooks me up with a new weapon to help vaporize them better. I continue shooting and remember I can rapidly suck brains, getting an achievement for it. Next mission, we get to eavesdrop on a Men in Black conversation, which have a briefcase with a tape containing some subliminal messages they intend to broadcast on TV. We follow and kill them, stealing the briefcase so that the aliens can study those messages for their own mind control. The Men in Black were to deliver the briefcase to a scientist at a close-by TV station. So I go there and find this guy asleep. Scanning his mind reveals more details about the TV mind control plan, so I kill him and also blow up his car to get rid of his research. Then Crypto goes on an antenna bending spree.
It's so floppy.
So that the aliens can transmit TikTok brain rot straight into the people's brains. No retina needed. But it seems like TikTok is way too cringe to be injected raw into the human mind, so all of the people's brains start popping like balloons. Anyway, look how I turned this road sign into new ammo. Cool, right? So cool in fact that it's worth an achievement. On another note, did you know that the scientists are working with the Men in Black to control the human population? This is unacceptable, so I destroy a whole diner and kill all the scientists around, even going after them in their little clown cars. While chasing them around, the military started shooting rockets at me, but they couldn't hit me. I was simply repulsive. After killing the scientists, I hypnotize an agent, luring him to my saucer, where we have a little chat. In the next mission, we get to see this mysterious guy in a gas mask talk with an agent. We don't know anything about him yet, besides that he's probably the boss, as he's ordering the agent around. Pox didn't give up on the brain rot idea just yet, and because the other one didn't go too smoothly, he decides to go the retina route this time. So he makes me switch the movie that was playing at this drive-in with something more special. Next two missions have no achievements in them, so let's quickly get over them. I land, Pox give me a boom boom gun, which boom humans, then Saucer makes buildings boom. Next one, we meet Elon Musk. He declares his love for us and helps us get into this fortified base, from which we need to escort and then abduct this guy. Continuing their plans of mass mind control, Crypto has to defend some towers. Yes, this is a literal tower defense mission, and while fighting the military, I managed to evade a rocket with my dash, and that earned me an achievement. It's been a while since I got an achievement, so for consolation, here's another 2 pops back to back. One for upgrading one of Crypto's weapons to max level, and another one for invading Area 51. Well, 52, but we all know what's going on. We're here to investigate the disappearance of our felon brother. We find a spot that Crypto says it's surely where 136 hit the dirt, and after recovering some Furon tech and juggling with humans, I get inside the base. It's here that I find 136's UFO alongside his body. Seeing his brother dead, Crypto goes into rampage, destroying the whole base with the saucer and, while at it, abducting a cow? We sabotage the military some more and then destroy Santa Modesta. The saucer was getting some use, so I upgraded it for the first time in the menu, gaining an achievement. It didn't help much though, as in the next cinematic we get shot down off the sky and get captured. I wake up in an electric cage in Uniontown. I get out and go pick up all my fun toys and then escape by boat disguised as a soldier. I reach the UFO and kill everybody responsible for this capture. Then make my way to Capital City, where I infiltrate the Octagon and listen in on an interesting conversation. Looks like the army and the Men in Black are in cahoots, so to not let their plans run too smoothly, I disguise myself into a marine warlord and try to put a wrench in their plans. I'm unsuccessful though, as they suss me out and realize that there's an imposter among them. The captain guy heroically fights me off somehow and gets away, showing up in a big robo suit. This is the first boss fight of the game, but as an Elden Ring professional, I beat it on my first try. And just like in Elden Ring, I get an achievement after defeating the boss. The plan now is to reach the president so that the aliens could really control the world. Or America, I guess, but that's the same thing to some people. I kill the president and stop the senators from voting in somebody else. Before entering the White House and taking my throne, gas mask guy stops me in my tracks. We talk for a bit, then he shows me that he's incredibly nimble, but that's not the only thing he shows me. God damn! Oh, it's a woman. Never mind. She then summons a giant robot that we have to defeat with a saucer. And because I only had a couple of upgrades to my saucer, this fight was harder than the other one. I died twice and even contemplated playing some challenges to get some upgrades, but I pushed through though and was able to destroy the pathetic human robot in 3 tries. Because we won the fight, the girl from earlier challenged us to fight at the octagon, so I show up. This boss had some interesting mechanics and was way harder and longer than the other ones.
What did he say?
But I managed to beat her in 3 tries as well and get the last story related achievement. It looks like our plan to replace the president was successful, so I'm curious how the story develops in future games. But now we move on to phase 2 of the achievement hunt, meaning it was time for me to go back and replay almost every mission to complete the optional objectives. Before setting foot in the first area, I get the achievement Return of the Clone for revisiting a mission. Most of these side missions weren't too difficult, drowning cows, destroying cop cars, or killing people in more creative ways, but some were on a timer, like this one, where you have to destroy army assets but not let the scientists get away. The hardest one was the abduction mission of this guy, as I had to do it undetected, and for some reason everybody was sussing me out. I can't even count the times I restarted the mission and even went on a tangent about the Zodiac killer for some reason. Have you ever seen this guy in your dreams? I bet he'll visit you tonight.
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did. You coward.
Anyway, I had some more trouble finding these scientists and electrocuting them with their own inventions, as they're more alien than me. He disappeared. Am I crazy? I eventually managed to complete every optional yet mandatory objective and now had to move on to the challenges. Every area that we've been in at this point has the same type of challenges that need to be completed up to 3 stars. Here's a quick breakdown of each one. Race, where you need to catch this drone and also collect the DNA it leaves behind. Armageddon, where you use your saucer to destroy everything in your path. Abduction, where you abduct people, cows, objects, or anything that Pox needs for his research in a certain amount of time, while the abduction beam keeps moving. And lastly, Rampage, where you're put to survive on a timer and kill waves of enemies coming to kill you. Now, these seem pretty simple enough, but are made way harder by having specific ways you need to complete them to earn those 3 stars. After completing my first ever race challenge on the farm, I get 2 achievements. One for completing a challenge in a missionless area, which at this point was every area, and another one for acing or getting a 3-star rating for the race challenge. In fact, you get an achievement for acing every type of challenge, and because the farm was by far the easiest area, I was able to ace them all on my first try. I also got Jerk of all trades for obtaining at least a 2-star rating for each challenge type. While grinding these, I also collected collected some more miscellaneous achievements, like draining a cow while abducting it, setting a bale on fire and killing somebody with it, feeding the sharks, and even flying through a donut hole. After all of those, I was left with one last achievement, and the challenges were still quite easy, still completing most of them on my first try. But then, this abduction challenge at the Area 51 tripped my whole momentum. Folks wanted as many military articles and personnel as possible, and the specific thing for this challenge was to collect bigger objects. Crypto spawns right in front of some planes, so naturally I think these will be the best thing to abduct. They are military and big objects, a no-brainer. I throw trucks, tanks, these cable things as their big boxes, people, barrels, anything. I tried over and over and over again, but couldn't manage to get it to 3 stars. I might need one more. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. No. No, bro. I even switched the gamepad for my keyboard twice with no luck. After 10 plus tries, I realized that the planes at the beginning were giving very few points compared to other objects like barrels, for example. Not sure why, maybe a bug, but I changed my strategy to ignore the planes entirely and focus more on barrels, which again were more expensive than the planes. And with this new strat, I managed to finally get 3 stars and was able to move on from this mess. Yes, oh my god, bro. The fucking planes were fucking me up, but this was fucking hard. Move on I did, but stumbled on another annoying abduction challenge that took 5 tries to complete. One more maybe? Oh no. God damn it. And the race challenge that made me think my game was bugged, as it did not want to give me those 3 stars. Apparently on the race you have to also be fast. That's not specified anywhere, so I thought I kept missing DNA points. But eventually I switched to my keyboard and locked the fuck in, managing to beat it. What? What? So I just go on the keyboard and it's GG, huh? Skill issue. The last area was Capital City, where Pox called me Martian Slime far too many times on this race challenge.
Hurry up! What are you, Martian slime?
I'm not Martian Slime, but the other ones weren't too bad and I was able to complete them in 1 or 2 tries. Finally, acing all challenges and getting the final achievement of this game, Ace of Space. This game was pretty fun to complete and it didn't take too long either. But as I said in the intro, this is exactly what I wanted, as this was supposed to be a palette cleanser for my Elden Ring achievement hunt, which will hopefully be done before GTA 6 comes out. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the video. Subbed on YouTubes for more vids and followed on Twitch for live streams. I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget, don't go to sleep tonight, or this man will infect your dreams. Bye! Click on another video of mine. Bye!